Hello and welcome. The Walker High Wildcats on your left, your Santa Maria Cougars on your right. We are looking at full 8 players, little recharge action to start this one off. Nightfall, 501st. Cadet Gecko, Lazy Tunes, and Alan Gom making up your Santa Maria Cougars. FBI Tugboat here with Sam Talks.
Indeed so. And over here on the Walker High Wildcats, we have Perfect, who just unfortunately met their end. And you can see already what's happening here on the B side. It is pure, unadulterated chaos.
Oh yeah, so that was getting it going early. Cadet Gecko, little grappling hook utilization, little guardian angel action at the end. Can't quite get out on the backside. The Cougars taking B and C and taking points as of right now. B is really not seeing a whole lot of contention thus far. As I say that, Perfect turning sights down. I'm going to be looking on the inside as members of the Wildcats trying and succeeding to get on over towards A.
Ooh, all right. This is a good turnaround that was happening there on A, all by themselves. Took on 2 members of the Santa Maria Cougars. It took a third one, Cadet Gecko, to finish off Perfect, but really couldn't like change that name there. It was pretty perfect for what they were doing. Another backsmack comes in from Ao Mayo. But the Santa Maria Cougars, even though they've had a rocky start, are still in control of A and B, and that scoreline's looking pretty good for them so far.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. A and B hold right now. We are geographically relatively close, but C's not a bad place to push out from. There's going to be a lot of offense there from Unbalanced. They pushing about half onto B right now. Runs out of ammo, actually, but as does Knight, the 501st. Both players trying desperately. There you go. Unbalanced finally finds that one. Backsmack. At least attempted. No. Wow. Okay.
Oh
nice
goodness.
hold. There you go. That's a melee and more. Repositions. Okay. Just got a punching air right now. Partially from his shots. Partially, quite literally.
Oh, there we have it. It looks like the flip is going to come through for the Wildcats. It took a little while to get there. Unbalanced, though, was pretty much able to get away with all of that. The Cougars, they seem to be a little disjointed with some of the communications going on there. 2 members were on A, but yeah, Unbalanced just completely got away with it. It looks like they may do it again.
Man, oh man, that's the attempted grapple at the back. Didn't quite get the plasma grenade out if that was the idea. Regardless, Walker High gonna be able to take A and B back. Still too soon. Pressure on B as of right now. Wait, no.
It's just an A and
is
B.
Liquid Cougar, excuse me, that's still.
Yeah, it's just an A and B approach. It's what we've seen a lot happening here on these strongholds. We see the teams just hold on to 2 sites because really what more do you need to do other than that? If you're holding on to them, if you don't need to risk your life, then yeah, I guess the way that the Cougars are seeing this, let's not go for it. The hard part about it though is what we've been talking about would be look at all of the grenades coming in, look at all of the spam that's happening, and look at all of the death to go along with it.
On board right here with Lazy Tunes, you said it best. There's just a stomping grounds right there for all kinds of chaos, death, doom, delirious destruction. B is going to quickly go on over towards the Wildcats as A is getting a lot of love and attention as well. Chasing this one down, that's a trade and a bad one because the Wildcats now tripling up for the first time in this series.
And this is going to be vital for them to get that catch-up game going. The Cougars are at the 73 marker and the Wildcats lagging a little bit behind, 50, now getting closer and closer. But this is actually one of the closest games we've seen of Stronghold so far.
Yeah, it's going to be 57-58 now against the Santa Maria Cougars 73. B is gone, so that's the big point of contention for these 2 teams. I'm not 100% sure what that one was. Nightfall definitely knew that player was there, was just kind of waiting for it. Cleared progress onto B. Now A, as we go. Cougars are there. There's going to be 2 members there as well. Face this one down. Ao Mayo on the other side. Ao Mayo, I gotta say, best name in the lobby. Best name in the lobby. I like Cadet Gecko. Lazy Tunes also kind of fun, kind of wonky. Perfect, the traditional like gamer look at a normal word, just kind of changing the letter. Ao Mayo. I gotta say something for the rhyming.
Ao Mayo. Yeah, it turns out Mayo's wasn't able to quite have the flavor profile to stand up here to the Cougars, but It's all right. There's more opportunities for Mayo to come back and make their mark here. It's gonna be another. It's gonna be the Wildcats holding back for the moment, looking for an opportunity to make this happen. And there we have it. The two members going on to it. Cougars just has it's just the number advantage. It really is what it is.
Yeah, Trust trying to get inside and get involved in this one. A little bit of a run. We've gone back and forth a couple of different times right now. Nightfall getting hyper aggressive, or at least trying to. Some nades, and more nades there on the docket for your V Stronghold point. Good stuff.
Yeah, and you see here, AO Mayo. They want to aggress, they want to push in. This is gonna be so hard. Now left out in the open, they're actually still alive.
Still playing the life right there until the very, very end. Love to see it. Two members of the Wildcats behind them. I may have opted to actually go back and kind of play the life a little bit more. This was two members right behind them. Full push coming in, at least attempted from long thus far. A little bit of team nade, but that's okay. Killer or Nightfall knows exactly what to do. 12 and 6 as of right now doesn't happen by an accident. Before assist to boot. And the Cougars now going to be taking a huge lead, basically doubling up right now. Now actually doubling up, 146 to 73 against High Wildcats.
Now, I think the problem the Wildcats are running into is just how long it takes for them to make the push. They get picks here and there, but their picks... Yeah,
it's like literally like 4 melees in the kill feed, like literally everybody trading. Sorry.
It's just nothing going on there. So, Nightfall gets the active camo on their side, just barely makes it out.
The teammate that, or opponent that fell right there, well-placed nade, and now we have Nightfall going to take the freest take onto B that we have seen thus far. Melee, where's the shot? That's going to come from the teammate. And once again, B just is purchased for next to nothing for the price of a melee.
Price of a melee, someone hiding out on there like a predator. It is rough times so far for the Wildcats. Oh, the grapple hook! Wow. In the melee!
I love it. The invis into Harpoon, into melee for another kill. Now the reposition, the melee in the back doesn't even need it. Nightfall is on a run right now. 12 and 15 and 6, excuse me. 15 and 6 gets a free double there at the end. Progress on A is gone, so the rotation needs to come in, especially so Nightfall can kind of continue on their oppressive pressure thus far.
Tug, Nightfall has not fired a single shot in those 3 kills that they got. It was all grapple hook, melee, grapple hook, melee, grapple hook, melee. And they got all 3 of them. And this is what I'm saying. The Wildcats, they get picks here and there. It's just getting the push, the point that they need to actually be able to take the point. It's the Cougars to take it away from them each and every single time.
Yeah, that like last little bit. AO Mayo getting punished for their aggression right there. 8 and 15 for them. Walker High now fighting for B as of right now. Might be a little bit too little, too late here now though, Sam. 217, about 80. Yeah,
and really, all you need to do, be the Cougars, just wait it out, right? Why go for this? Why make something happen if you don't need to? They're still going to be just holding on to A and B. And B's not even under any threat.
Well, no, that wasn't Trust. We're on board with Trust right now. Their teammate right there is literally shooting out. They only have 11 bullets left. Not frequent you'll see a player running out of ammo, literally. On a Halo Infinite map. Been alive for a while, apparently. A trio of Cougars players comes swiping up at this one. That's going to be a full pack of them. On to A. That's almost all the progress. Nope, not going to be able to keep this one alive. We only have about 15 seconds for the Cougars before they take the...
Wait, but with the way that they're dancing around, no one's been able to kill.
Oh.
Yeah, but it just wasn't. It's just not in the cards for them tonight.
Slowly playing like some duck, duck, goose, but you throw plasma grenades in the middle. Those deadly children's games you've ever played, folks. 247, 248. I think that's going to be it here. Yes, it is for the recharge map and the Santa Maria Cougars. Do a fantastic job and early.
Gotta show your domination quick, and you gotta...
Hey, hello and welcome back. Little Aquarius action here for our Slayer, FBI Tugboat, my man Sam Talks. Sam, you with me?
I'm with you, and I'm ready. This is Slayer now, so things are gonna be much different than Strongholds. And I think for the Cougars, this might work out, hopefully a little bit better in their favor.
Let's see how this one goes. The full push here from the Walker High Wildcats and early shots down bottom. This is a lot of back and forth. Lazy Tunes. to be able to take the first right here, peppering in this yellow util side. And it's just a back and forth action as of right now. The active camo thus far being completely neglected up top as well here, Sam. Now we see members of the Walker Wildcats kind of in the distance. There's the active, disappears in the thick of things, trying to chase this one down. Are they going to get this? There's no communications between them. It's going to be the Sneak King kill onto active camo. Are you kidding me?
That is unbelievable. Could have said something. Hey, turn around, you're being chased. And it's just going to be... It's going to be taken... Yeah.
It would have just been like a whip around melee, and then the player could have, you know, they would have stopped, unless they just want to run into it and get meleeed again for the instant kill, or turn around. We can watch this team still with active camo at this point, possibly. Oh well.
Yeah, the Cougars are running away with this right now. I mean, completely wild with it. The Wildcats so far seem to be, I mean, just defanged. They haven't been able to find very much purchase so far with only 3 kills. And then so you got to think about it, right? They had the active camo. They had it all, Tug. Now it's just slipped through their hands like that.
Not at all. Not at all. We'll see how the rest of this one goes as the Wildcats, like you said, came out swinging. Fortunately, unbalanced 0-4 for right now. Everybody in the side of the Cougars has at least one. Everybody positivo, except for Alan Gom, of course. 1-1 for them right now. We'll excuse it with a trio assist on the other side. Melees and more attempted here for Nightfall. They can definitely go forth and really just attempt to trade these out at this point because they are, what, 8 points ahead, 8 kills ahead right here, which is, of course, 2 full team respawns. Big key difference here, folks, is once this score gets to within a 4-score difference, that means, of course, team cannot lose or win, I suppose, more than 4 kills at a time.
It's all being traded back out here and there. But with the Cougars lead, still 8 kills. Oh my goodness, unbalanced,
okay.
Jumping up and down. They still fall though. The Cougars are so good with their communication at being able to regroup with each other and bait kind of the Wildcats into getting a kill. The Wildcats have bloodlust, Tug, and that's good, but there's also got to be a moment where you got to back up for a second and really think about the engagement or what room they're bringing you into.
That's entirely fair. This is cross-map shots as well. Here from Trust. Nice chase down right there. And then, here, I want to break down that play like a little bit, right? They drop down, but it knows it only needs a couple more kills. It doesn't push this all the way down on its under because they knew where they needed to be next, and that was Blue Utah. That's where they're at right now. The pincer play right now from the Walker High Wildcats just purchased themselves a situation where they just get so much closer to that. And you know, I know I was saying how about Trust Card was going forth, having fantastic plays, maybe bit off a little bit more than they could chew at the end. If they get out with that's like a solid, what, 2+ killer life?
Yeah, exactly. And it was a little bit sketchy for them to be able to get out going down through those long sight lines. The Cougars just had it there.
It's more melee
the back smack.
Ever seen in a Halo game, at least across a map and a half, as of right now.
Who needs bullets? Bullets are too slow, Tug. All right, Fisk. When bullets are too slow, you just got to resort to the old 1-2.
There you go. Tried and true for a reason, folks. Trust Cart continuing on. Trust Cart 9-5 as of right now. 9-5. Parfect 6-4. Dumbing out until the melee hits. A lot of assists around balance right here. So again, we'll forgive the 0, the donut under that K right now.
I mean, looking at this, at the very least for the Wildcats, they're putting up a much better showing. And you can see that the Slayer is sort of leaning towards how they play, though. Such a perfect juke from Unbalanced.
Wow, nicely done. Bringing us back to 6 for this trade right here. Blue Util. Taking a look. Unbalanced as of right now. Just kind of waiting for a player to get through here, get too aggressive. Might have been able to communicate with the team like, hey, you know, one of you guys take a little bit of damage, run back so they'll be drawn in. Wait till the second player comes through. That's an easy back smack. All 3 of us should be able to take out the last player after that. As it is, not going to happen. Still within 5 right now, actually, as Trust Card has really come out. You know, I think a lot of this was Ao Mayo. A lot of this was Perfect. Earlier on, first map right there when it comes to kills. Trust Card has really been dumbing out for the side of the Wildcats thus far.
And it's such genius positioning from Trust as well. That fight, that previous fight that we saw inside of that room, just hung out outside and was laying in the damage. No reason to go in there and try to risk our life. You just throw grenades, and then when the shields go low, the rest of our teammates are doing the work. We go up, clean up, we get the double kill. Easy.
Easy peasy usage of this dash. That's a bad grenade right there. Members of the Santa Maria Cougars get a little bit of help from Nightfall at the end, but still the same kind of ratio-wise lead here for the side of the Cougars is going to be maintained, at least for right now. As I say that, excuse me, this is just drawn back to 1, and this is still anybody's game. Oh, nasty teammate right there. Wildcats are going to want to have that one back.
Yeah, they are. They're going to try to make up that deficit. It's still 30-34, a very close margin. And this is what I was saying. I think the Wildcats are more preferable towards the Team Slayer action. They had really good moments on Strongholds. It was just the isolationism. Nightfall, are you doing it again? This boxer!
Oh, not Nightfall. Sometimes you just want to have to get that one going. With that, though, who draws this back to 2. Walker High Wildcats be doing everything that they need to right now to keep this game close. Now taking a look at Blue Util. Quick 2-piece. We got a tied game here.
We got a tied game. Oh, it went right back into its favor. Still back and forth, but Lazy Tunes, no one to protect them, no one to save them, falls. And for the first time in this matchup, the Wildcats have taken the lead.
Yeah, just like that. What this is Unbalanced coming back from, to be honest, putting up that donut, right? 5 assists, and now continues that one on. Find some Ks of their own. And since their 7th death, they've at least put up an average since then. Perfect. Moving to 11 and 8. Not a whole lot of assists to be spoken of. Mostly that main Slayer, as Trust Card is as well. 6 assists. Ayo Mayo. Again, a well-rounded team, even if everybody doesn't necessarily share the same role.
And now the Cougars are in kind of like this moment of panic. They're hanging out back here inside of the spawn, but they're not really moving anywhere. They're waiting for them. They're waiting for the Wildcats to make the move and just give it where we're in basically Fight Club territory for Nightfall.
Wow. Those Ayo Mayo that showed up to the party uninvited. Staring down not 1, not 2, but 3 barrels right there. We see how welcome they were. Nice shot grenade right here. This is all 4 players taking damage. A well-placed frag grenade could literally take a 4-piece as of right now. This is exactly what the Wildcats want to try and get to do. There's one. Cadet Gecko falls first. Wildcats still with 1 here, Sam.
It's all going in their favor now. They've gone up 2. They're working together, Tug. This is the most important thing. They're rolling together as a cohesive unit. Look at how beautiful this is. Now they're going to get active camo. They can go in with that and flush out the Cougars. Do the old bait and switch that we've been talking about time and time again, and just take up angles while you're setting up your active camo player.
Leads down bottom, lead back to 1. On board with Alan Gom as of right now. 6 and 12. Few assists to boot, so not that bad. Active player shows their face, and just like that, active gone, tied game. That's a bad push. Really bad push.
Yeah. You're just walking through right into their waiting arms. And this what could potentially cost the Wildcats this game is this lack of communication. One person running in there, you knew that there were 3 alive. Very painful.
Yeah. We are looking at very, very close game. 3 minutes right here. Something tells me this isn't going to go down to time, though, Sam. Get this one going. And Blue Util, Blue Flag is where the Santa Maria Cougars are hanging out as of right now. Mathematical, right? Beside this defensive side, even on the Slayer, not even CTF to kind of hold up.
Not even CTF?
I think the big difference is the Cougars have mostly used out their nades though, and the Wildcats mostly use up their nades though, and the Cougars are going to be able to pick up everything like utility-wise, dash-wise, even active camo if they wait long enough. This is really the Cougars can wait them out.
Yeah, that's all they need to do. Just wait here now. Let them come to us and then...
Perfect push.
Oh, they still... Yeah, there it is. Lazy Tune falls. Things have been tied back up. But still... I mean, the Cougars are in a rough position. It's just the Wildcats have all the space and all the time.
Okay, another trade right here. 48-48, 49-48 as Trust Us fall.
Ayo Mayo.
Got the boost. Should be able to utilize this. No, a lot from the back. Last kill. Needs to use it. There's one. I don't even know who did it. Oh my God, the Santa Maria Cougars did it.
Right there. Unbelievable. From the... and such a close score line. I honestly thought the Wildcats were going to get it there. But when Ao Mayo was isolated by themselves, they spawned back in. It was just free real estate for the Cougars. And we saw what happened there. You go in together as a team, you get the kill there. Ao Mayo survived a lot longer than I thought they would, though. But it all ended up at the same result with the Santa Maria Cougars taking on the second map. But this was a very, very, very close score line. And if I were the Cougars right now, I'd be a little bit scared about what the Wildcats will bring into the next game mode and the next map.
Have those ears perked up, right? Be on alert, seriously, because the Cougars came this close to dropping that one. By the way, they had a nine score lead at one point, right? 9-score lead, I believe. That dwindles down towards like the mid 40s or so. Cougars take it back. I believe they pushed their lead to 3 at one point. And that was like, just a brief second before a trade comes in. Lead mostly there for the Wildcats of 2. So crazy stuff, crazy. And it's weird to even say that it was a comeback, right? Because the Cougars dropped like a significant lead there after the Wildcats were able to learn exactly what it is, like cohesion-wise. And that's exactly what we saw in this ending play. Like pretty much the very last play, full team fight on team fight, I should say, play. 2 players on the right side, 2 players on the left side, one from up top, one from down bottom on the left side, the other 2 just coming through the same kind of walkway there on the right side. Like that was exactly what it's exactly what the doctor ordered there. Finally, some cohesion from the Wildcats, and unfortunately just doesn't pan out. Last thing I'll say before we go to a short break is that the Santa Maria Cougars player right there, I believe that was Nightfall. If they don't have boost right there coming in to 2 players or to 1 player over there on battery side, right, and then the second player like joining, if they don't have those that boost, and they die right there, and that game is 49-49, and we could have theoretically still like literally right now be watching that one, just waiting to see who the last player to fall was going to be. But hey, regardless, a 250 to 84 strongholds, pretty one-sided, Sam. A 50-48 Slayer. I challenge you to come up with a more close and exciting game, especially on such a fast-paced game mode like Slayer, Sam.
I may have lost audio.
Oh, you're muted, bud. Sam, can you hear me? Hey, you're muted, I think, buddy. It's all good. Taking a look at this one. We'll be hopping into this one. Both of these teams are ready, and we'll get confirmation on map as well whenever we do get that. Sam and I are getting the swings on in from our production staff on the day. That is Polaroid. That is Dogbear. We very much appreciate them, what they can do as producers, make our jobs as casters just so much easier. Sam, you back with me?
I'm back with you. Sorry about that. Something happened with the old headset, and had to mess around with some settings. Oh.
Still can't hear you. All good. We're going to go to a very short break, folks. It's patch day, right? It's patch day. That's what we're going to blame it on. Blame it on. Just a little bit before we... Oh. I think I heard that.
I think I got it.
Bit.
I think I'm back.
There you go, Sam. There you go. Regardless, still going to get... wait, no, we have both teams ready. Yeah. Opinions, predictions here, Sam. We'll go this a little while longer.
Yeah, we'll just chill out. We'll hang out here for a second. We still got to figure out what the exact map that we're going on to, but hey, what better way to figure it out than by seeing it with our own 2 eyes? The Cougars have been playing really well, so it's going to be live fire. Okay.
Yep.
Live fire.
Yep. Love
it. This is going to be oddball. We know what's going to be happening here. It's all going to be hanging out towards the ledges, throwing off the oddball if things start going any inkling of a way towards the enemy team to reset it. Have another chance at being able to take it back for yourself here. But for the way that Cougars have been playing, and I think especially objective game mode that we saw a little bit of a glimpse into on Strongholds, I think this might still favor them. But the Wildcats do have the advantage here, though. If they're not in possession of the oddball and having the numbers advantage, they've proven time and time again, especially with what we saw out of Slayer, that they are starting to get that team cohesion going. The biggest thing that I think that they need to have here is going to be that communication. The communication is going to be so pivotal to keeping the oddball carrier alive and staying away from the Cougars.
There's we were talking about the AC holds or whatever else like that on oddballs where you toss it off on recharge right here, right now. Slayer on live fire goes the exact same way as this oddball game mode does, but oddball times 10, right? Come in, pick up sniper, pick up ball, run on over towards C, and then pay attention to OS. As soon as somebody gets a little bit close, oddball, carrier should go from the back C stairs to drop down to this canal side, back riverbed area, right? And then just toss it off if you need to from there. You literally get like two options kind of from that area.
Yeah, the way that Livefire work is a multitudinous of options. Nightfall managing to get that back into their favor, but the Wildcats do have the oddball. Here's the bad thing, though. Tug, the Cougars have the overshield. The Cougars are going to have the sniper rifle as well, I'm more than sure. So, yes, they don't have the oddball. I don't think that's going to be like that for very long.
Okay, that's going to be Nightfall kind of giving it up to the teammate right here. Cadet Gecko combining two right now. That spike grenade might be enough, and actually does. That's the deciding factor right here. Wildcats ball player dropping it for just a second. Taking a look to the skies right now. Exasperation. No scopes attempted. Guess we're making clips here again, folks.
We're making clips here again, but unfortunately the clip machine is going to be very cold right now. Ayo Mayo now on the hunt, determined to get the kill, still in the back line, wants to make it happen. Wildcats are kind of running away with this in the scoreline for the moment. Ayo Mayo in that flank gets the double kill, protects the carrier just that little bit longer, and is still going on another tear.
Wow, nicely done. So obviously this will be round base, 1st to 2 within the oddball game mode, folks. Walker, High Wildcats done exactly what they need up to this point. Got to pick that ball up and toss it. Not gonna do it. Now gonna go kill chasing. Not a good idea. Now here and still doesn't get ball off. Wow, bad moves for Lazy Tunes right there. Just searching for their first kill. That might have been what they kind of got tunnel vision on here, Sam. Trying to find that first kill.
Yeah. Now here's the thing too that's really working out well for the Wildcats. More open space. The Cougars tend to enjoy the tighter corridors. The Wildcats being able to have more room to work around with, more room to maneuver, more room to hit flanks. This is working out so much better for them. They can take so much more map presence and use the range to their advantage. For the Cougars, they need to have that close range combat like we're seeing here.
A little bit of back and forth here from Parfect at 87-88. That little juggle mishap might have actually spelled the difference between a win round 1 and a loss, especially if the Santa Maria Cougars push on through this area right now. They really need to. There's ball in hand, 95-96. They got to get to this one right now. That should be enough. No, the drop. Not an ideal situation. I don't know what that was about. Got to turn around. Got to drop this one right now. Again, an aggressive player yields a bad situation. The pickup. No throw. What is going on? Do they know they can throw it off?
My guess is that they want to hold on to it because they think they can get the kill. But now with the overshield, now with Alangom in control of this, what more can they get before they go down? They're actually going to get a pretty decent amount before. There we have it, finally. Perfect. Back in control. Back on the ball. It's all going to the Wildcats. But yeah, there we go. Now the ball finally goes off the edge. Right as the round ends.
Yeah, just the ideal play, right? The communicative and coordinated play there from the Cougars would have been to pick up for maybe 2-3 seconds at a time, toss this one off just as soon as the going gets really tough. Speaking of going getting tough, the most dangerous place in the world right now is that undersea side on this heatwave spawn. Now beating it down through the tunnels. The Cougars have done a great job of taking this one away, and now on a run. They even know where they're at. There's one melee. There's 2. Nightfall finds 2. Looking for 3 and finds it. Okay, if he found the 3rd, I'd turn my PC off.
Right, yeah, at that point, you really do have to question the logic of everything happening in the natural universe to be able to get away with an overkill. But still, Nightfall does go down, but that gave enough time the rest of the team to come in, take out the one that survived the carnage and the horrors of Nightfall beating everybody down with a skull, and they are still in control. You've also given it to Lazy Tunes, who had the overshield.
Ooh,
a back smack.
Brutal, absolutely brutal. Gave up the back right there, and the OS for the instant kill. Cadet Gecko gets felled right here, as the Cougars seem to be doing exactly what they need to roll this one up. Now, there is a sniper in the corner. I have to wonder if these Wildcat members had actually gotten to see that one. It's Perfect now, hitting the hard rotation. Looking through open in just a second, as melee is everywhere right now. So the boxing match continued as frags first. shot second, but Melee's always. Not 100% sure what the idea was there. The possession given up very easily to the Wildcats after a full sword play from the Cougars.
Never kind of seen the Cougars playing this moment of really hyper aggression. It does work out for them though. And I think at these moments where it's like the Wildcats, they did have the right idea in mind though, right? Perfect gave up the oddball because they knew that they had to fight through the Cougars. The Cougars realizing though, I think that if they give up B site like that, it would have just been running away with it again for the Wildcats. They entrenched themselves there. The Cougars weren't really able to get them out. We have another battle going though, and we're just gonna walk right into it. Nightfall doesn't care, they got the overshield.
Yes, they do. There's one, there's two. Damage on the last one, but that's an entirely Santa Maria Cougars squad. Is just absolutely melted on a point. Taking it to the numbers for a second, the numbers base. 10-7 for Nightfall, the only player positive as of right now. Cadet Gecko and even 10-10.
Perfect in this rough moment, elects to fall before giving it up. Here we are, a nice trip downtown, but I think the oddball went with it as well. Indeed it did. So now it's gonna be the Mad Dash picking up that ball once more.
Ball taken.
Plasma pistol in hand here for Lazy Tunes. Walker High Wildcats slowly chipping away at the lead the Cougars have amassed in the first part of the game. Couple of shots initially. I do believe that was an opponent kind of running off down the left side. Melee and more here. Gotta get this one turned around. Another back smack. Two back smack for the price of one. Tries for the third. Cadet Gecko doesn't have it. Won't be having any of it, I should say. Tries for the jump behind. Starts that one a little bit early. And then another reversal. Double smack with the ball right here as well. Fantastic job. Now, this is Cadet Gecko that has it. We'll really have to drop this one so they can get that sniper play going. They cannot, they can't afford to have ball carrier be the one holding sniper.
No, you can't. It's still gonna be trying to get up there into nest with Cadet Gecko. We're seeing it here though. They're trying to hold on for it as long as they can, and then into the water we go. That is perfect.
Ball taken.
Gonna be about 50 points here for the Wildcats to close this one off. Now the Cougars only about 9 seconds away, so it kind of makes sense to want to pick this one up for like a single second down bottom, but just like that, it's going to yield situations in which you won't be able to continue on your possession, right? So this is just a wise play to fight this one all the way out, give up the second or two that the Wildcats would have had, and just continue playing it out.
So we got the 1-1 scoreline here on this oddball map. This final one is going to determine whether the Santa Maria Cougars walk away with a win or the Walker High Wildcats are going to be able to stop this unstoppable force that has been the Cougars so far.
Unstoppable force may meet immovable objects, though. Y'all know about that, what is it, kind of like a brain game? A theoretical situation, I don't know. That, though, find one there on their efforts. Punching air, but finding kills. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. Shots, melees, everything else. There's a Shrouder, too. That finally falls on this one. Now going up against no S player. Perfect does loses.
Let's lose that. It's going to be hard to win up here, but not realizing you're getting shot in the back. It's going to spell the end for the Cougars. No one able there to pick things back up. And for the Wildcats, it's all just about getting back in control of the ball. They've been so good at that. And I think, too, the Cougars might be having that lapse in the communication that we've been seeing from the Wildcats that they've kind of tightened up on.
Really has. Wildcats now breaking away with a little bit of a lead. That is actually not an ideal situation. You drop down, you go for back smacks first. My goodness, excuse me. Obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about. The Santa Maria Cougars come screaming in. Triple kill right there. The Wildcats forced to play this one off the back foot. That's still Nightfall actually trying to get involved and trying to get in the middle of the rest. And now Bandit here. Haven't seen this one. That's a whole lot of play yet, of course.
Brand new weapon, brand new times, brand new Halo comes along with it. How much utility are you going to be able to get? How much are you going to be able to get out of that Bandit? It's going to be the interesting question here, sort of the new DMR. But the Cougars still...
$500 question.
Yeah, $500 question. The Cougars still entrenched in that nest. Nothing so far has been able to ruffle their feathers. And if anything does go wrong, of course, Tug, it's a one-way trip downtown to the nice, calming waters.
Yeah, so that's going to be an initial kill for defense here. Ball carrier once again has that heat wave on their back. They can't allow, like, yeah, I guess they may just, like, you know, may not be thinking about it or something like that. Because, like, right now that heat wave play, like, this player with sniper would already be dead, right? Like,
Yep.
if other guy had a heat wave.
Yep.
well.
Yeah, it just would have been a better idea, I guess. Still, I guess it's just
Cobra team.
forgetting about it. Really, that's the only thing that we can imagine here. And
I mean, this might be an insurmountable lead at this point. A wise decision to actually toss ball off and not go with it as well. Because I think they kind of realized that they had like that front foot forward. They had sprints able. Nicely done. That Gecko at least gets this one out. Shroud play at the end. Cannot see through it. Tries to whip this around, Lazy Tunes does, but 14 seconds away, and this is a lifetime for the Walker High Wildcats. Now, this is also the last possible last map. It is definitely the last oddball round. Who wins it, I don't know. But if the Wildcats take this one, we'll be looking at a game number 4, fourth map, another game mode as well. Cougars take this. This is going to be a 3-0 sweep, even after an incredibly close Slayer. Now an incredibly close oddball, 97-98. Got to get it right now. Not going to happen. The Cougars have done it in 3, folks.
that's all you need. Santa Maria Cougars. It all came down to keeping it in nest. And the Wildcats were not able to find them there. It was the same thing that we saw happen on B site.